Everyone, in anticipation of the new movie Smile 2, I thought I'd do a rewatch review of Smile. It's a horror film from 2022 that takes on aspects of psychological drama, twisting them and turning them into this cinematic spectacle that has a lot going for it, but it also has some big problems and a really big one that I'm going to get into. But before I do, please do give this review a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you so much. You will make my day. Thank you. So, Smile. Basically, it's a story about a psychiatrist named Rose Cotter who's still recovering from her own grief and trauma associated with her mother's death. Rose is now faced with revisiting that trauma after a college student who came to her for help ends up killing herself right in front of Rose. However, it's not just an act of suicide. The girl is clearly terrified and doesn't want to die, but then something changes. And she looks at Rose with this giant smile, this ear to ear smile before she kills herself. And from there, the action takes off as Rose starts to experience these strange visions and hearing these odd sounds and really reliving her own trauma associated with her mother. And soon Rose starts to wonder, is she going crazy or is there something else happening? With the help of her ex-boyfriend, Joel, who's also a cop, she starts to see a pattern and they find someone who actually survived this same experience. Now, Rose just needs to figure out if she can find her own way to survive. So, Sosie Bacon does a really good job as Rose Cotter. She's believable, she's compelling, and she's very likable. Like she's someone that you would trust, and you really feel the tension as she figures out what's happening with her. And while there are several other talented actors in the cast, it's really Rose's ex-boyfriend Joel, played by Kyle Gallner, who gives her the foil she needs as she works through the mystery. He definitely fits the part of a no-nonsense but caring cop who wants to help her, but also knows that something is going on, that she's not being completely honest with him. And that's really apparent as well. However, the real star of the show is that demonic presence. While not played by a single actor, it is personified by multiple characters throughout the film. And it's really Parker Finn, the director and writer, who does an excellent job of creating a sense of continuity with this being, even though it's represented differently and in various different scenes in these different actors. It's this continuity that really helps to pull the film together and to create an iconic horror character that will kind of make you not trust people who smile. But, anyways, what works best in this film is the sense of the unknown and the mystery surrounding the smile creature. We're introduced to this presence. It's light at first, but then the story just starts progressing and it becomes more and more apparent, keeping you wondering whether we're experiencing the real world through Rose's mind or watching these events unfold in real time. That uncertainty is fascinating to watch on screen because it always keeps us guessing. The creature itself, whether it's in a person or a CGI model, it's absolutely unsettling. It's one of those rare horror moments that even when you're looking at it, it still feels like there's more to see and you aren't getting the full picture. It's a hard thing for a lot of horror films to pull off. Additionally, the setting and the scenery always match the tone of the film, adding to the rough, dark atmosphere once the creature takes hold of a new host. The cinematography, the use of shadows, and the overall texture of the spaces within the film, they all work together to create this lingering sense of unrest and disquiet that will stick with you throughout. The biggest problem in the film is that it doesn't explore the obvious way to kill the smile creature once we know how it transfers from host to host, which is by either committing suicide or murder in front of another person. If the creature needs a witness to survive that transformation from host to host, will it die? If a person dies alone and unseen, this seems like an obvious solution, and I'm hoping that they kind of tackle it or explore it a bit in Smile too. However, the film does kind of touch on that idea while her mom wasn't infected by the creature. The fact that she died alone behind a closed door is what made me think about it. And I wish they had explored the idea in the film. Even if the creature didn't let Rose kill herself without a witness, it would have added another layer of complexity to the story and made Rose's choices more impactful. If you like horror films and you haven't seen Smile yet, I think you'll like it because it is a really thoughtful film with a good, solid mystery. And it's a mystery that unravels why and how this creature exists with the intent of stopping it before Rose dies. The production quality and the script, again, are very strong. And even with the few issues that I mentioned, it's still a really solid film. That said, if you're not a horror fan, this is not the film for you. It deals with themes of suicide and murder. And frankly, the smile creature is pretty unsettling. And its smile, it could stick with you a while. If you have trouble shaking off creepy imagery, you might want to skip this one. And it's definitely not for kids. It's the kind of film that really could give them nightmares, especially with how shadows and monsters in the dark play such a significant role in this movie. So, have you seen Smile? It's been out for a couple years now. If you did, what did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? And are you planning to see it again before you go see Smile 2? Let me know what you think and if people who smile kind of freak you out now. I know they do me. Anyways, all right. Thanks, everybody. That's it for now. Be sure to like this review and subscribe for more because there are more coming, and I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. In the meantime, happy viewing, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.